Hello, I'm going to teach you today how to trace a photo in Illustrator. What you will need is Illustrator. CS3 is the version I have, or any other CS version. There's CS4 out now. A graphics tablet. I'm using a Wacom Intuos 2, or you can use any graphics tablet. There's all sorts out there. And of course the pen with it. And a photo. And then, of course, time. So I'm going to go and open up Illustrator. And I will go to Print Document. I want the direction vertical or horizontal. I'll go horizontal because of the picture that I'm using. And we'll name it Tracing 1. Press OK. Now we notice that this is a weird size. So what we'll want to do is actually get a normal size, because this is the page size right here. So go ahead and close this one out and open a new document in Illustrator. And we will go with just a normal letter size. And here's the width in pixels, but you can also see what that means in inches, and this is just a normal 11 by 5. So we'll just have a normal 11 by 5, and I'll go up to File and Place. Here I will choose from, on my computer, a photo that I want to use. So I'll go into my Files, and then my Still Images. And I'll choose the first one and place it in my document. Notice it's a very small photo, but what I can do is hold onto the Shift key and drag the top corner to the top of this. And still holding Shift, grab the bottom corner and pull as well. So now the photo matches closely to the space. Then I'll head over to the Layers panel, and I will choose a new layer right down here, create new layer, and I'll lock the original photo. So now I can't draw on that photo. And I'll go to Layer 2, and I'll select the brush, choose my size, I want 0.5, and then choose the style. So the stroke size, excuse me, over here. And then here's the style, and here is the color that I'll be using, and here is the fill. We won't be worried about fills today, we'll just keep it white. So I'll first start on the glasses, and you can hold down on the Apple key and press the plus sign and it'll zoom in, or you can press the minus sign holding down on the Apple key and it'll zoom out. I like to zoom in, it makes it easier to draw and get the fine lines that you want. So then I'll go ahead and start tracing. And notice my line here didn't really, once I let go of it, it actually changed the line. What you can do is go into the paintbrush tool preferences with a right click, and you can bring the fidelity down and the smoothness. So what this will do is it will be more emulate what your hand is doing. And in this case, I will delete that line I just drew and draw the same line. And this time we'll notice that it follows more the contour of what I'm looking at. The thing is I can change the line by these little commands. Notice these are two selection tools. This selection tool will grab the whole thing, and from here you can move your whole line, or you can resize it. what else you can do is go with this selection, and you actually have command over each of these individual white squares, and you play with this. This will change the contour of the line. Play with the other side, it will change it as well. And you can also shrink the length of this line, so you have absolute control basically over your lines, and you can change them once they're drawn. You don't have to draw it perfectly or trace the image perfectly. You can always go back and realign. So I'll go ahead and delete this one, draw a new line, and this time I'm going to go back to the tolerance and put more pixels. And what you'll notice that'll happen here is that when I draw the line this time, there's an extra place for me to grab. And so I click on the line, then I click on this white mark and align it. And so I'm going to pull this one over, and then I'm going to change this contour a little bit, change the contour of this one, and that more matches the line of what we're looking for on the glasses. And then I will continue to trace this image using the same type of line drawing. Here we have another line, and I'll drag it here, pull it this way. And since this is just basically not an in-depth with a lot of depth to the photo where there's a background and a foreground, it's just basically all in the same location. There's not a huge landscape. We won't need to worry about line width as much, but the portions of the picture that we want to emphasize, like say we want to emphasize his glasses frames, I can click on the first line I drew, hold on shift, click on the second line I drew, then I can come over to this panel and go stroke, and I can change the size so it's a really thick line or thinner line or smaller. And if 0.25 is still not small enough, you can type in and it will make it even smaller of a line. So I want this a little thicker because I kind of want to emphasize the glasses here. So I'll go ahead and go about 1 point. Now to see the line that we just drew, we can click on this eye here and turn off that initial layer. And to see our placement in the larger picture, turn it off there, and there's our line. So you'll continue to keep drawing lines and complete the photo.